Hi guys, Todd here again with Todd's World Home Show. Glad you're able to join me today as I share my top 10 RV rental share experiences, and I want to give you some tips and tricks for your first time experience like we had on our first RV traveling experience over this last week, and we've had a great time. I encourage all of you that have never had this experience to go out and try it yourself. It's something unique and different than the everyday traveling experience of just going from hotel to hotel, city to city, travel the world, travel the United States, and get that experience traveling through state to state and creating memories that you'll never forget. It's an awesome time. So guys, stay tuned. I'll give you the tips and tricks I learned coming right up. Welcome guys. Now the first trip we took in an RV share rental was quite an experience, and we had a lot of fun. We did forget a few things that we should have done or packed beforehand, but that's why I'm here. That's why you're here watching this video with me today, and we're going to go through it. What we did was we did a traveling trip from Florida, where we live, from around Tampa, Florida, and we went up to South Carolina, then West Virginia in the mountains. That was very cool. And then we went over to Maryland, a city that I grew up in, and we stopped and had some of my favorite food at some favorite restaurants up there, and it was cool. There's a nice campground up there we stayed in for a couple days.
You on? All right guys, we're here eating toucan taco, sunken meat burritos, hard shell taco meat tacos, queso dip. There's a sunken meat burrito there. Guys, sorry you're not here to join us, but we are loving every minute of it. Right, Ashlyn? Right, Cheryl? Anyways, we'll check back soon. Got to get back to finishing this.
And we made our way back down to North Carolina, and then we went back through and stayed at Georgia at a campsite, and then came back, and it was an awesome time. So guys, here's my top 10 tips for you first-time RVers who want to experience a rental share, and don't be afraid of it. I'll take you through it, and you guys can have lots of fun. This is one of the outdoorsy.com RV rental places online that you can go to find your RV rental. They all work basically the same, so I'm just going to quickly go over this one because this is the one that we used, and I'm going to leave a link down below in the description. Make sure you click that link because it will give you $50 towards your first RV rental trip or your second, whatever number you're up to now. Use the link below, you'll get $50 discount. And guys, let's take a look at this. Where will your adventure start? For me, I'm just doing Tampa, Florida, USA, and then you can do your dates. Let's just say we're going to go out on the 8th and we'll return on the 13th. Make sure, if you do, like I suggest in the tips following this, that you book maybe the night before so you can have your RV there in your driveway and load it up like a small home. Don't bring in your suitcases, load up the cabinets and drawers and stuff like that the night before so you can be off early in the morning. Here we hit search, and then there we go. This is going to search for all the RV rentals around your area that you can rent. It tells you how much per night. Here's one, a Class A. You don't need a special license for a Class C or a Class A motorhome. And this is $199 per night. When you're thinking of taking your whole family on a camping experience, you get all the luxuries of air conditioning, hot water, all that built in, like your mini mobile hotel room on wheels. So if you compare that to a motel room, hotel room, it's going to be comparatively similar in pricing. I found out the campsites are only they range from $35 to $65 per night. So that's how you do your calculations on how much you want to spend. But look at these. If you have a hitch, you can, and a plug for the brake lights and stuff like that, you could even rent a trailer. I like the motorhomes best. Look at this one. This one's pretty cool. The 30-foot. Now, I don't think I'm going to drive anything over 34 foot. The one we rented was a 29 foot, but it was a Class C. I want to try a Class A next, where you're sitting up there with the front view like a bus. I think that's going to be easier to drive, even though it looks a little bit more intimidating. After you get that first experience with a Class C, you're going to want to bump that up and go to a Class A, I feel. But it's up to you. Like, here's a Class C. It usually has like a van front end on it, like a Econoline E450 front end. So it feels like you're driving a regular type of vehicle on the road, but you've got this huge camper on the back. So whatever makes you feel comfortable on your first time. This was actually the one that I rented right here. This is the Jayco Greyhawk, 29 foot. And this was $150 per night. And we had a total of 8 nights. But like I said, I had it the night before to stock up and get prepared. So that's how it works. When you go to check out, guys, this will show you on the map where they're located near your house. When you go to check out and you book that experience, then you're ready to go ahead and plan your route out. You may want to do one before the other. It's up to you, but just make sure you have the RV vehicle rental booked, or at least reserved, so it will be available for your trip. And when you go to book out, it's going to ask for your verification for credit card. Make sure to have that on hand, and then it's automatically going to book your insurance for the week, so you don't have to worry about all that. It's all taken care of through this RV rent share company. It's very easy. We had a great time, no issues at all. So you want to log in to your internet site and go to KOA.com. That stands for, with a K, Campgrounds of America. And I would say go to goodsam.com. And I'll show you an example of these. These are where you can kind of search your states that you're going through, and just it'll pull up all these websites that are in cooperation to give you kind of like consistent standards for your stay at each campground site. So guys, this is the way to go, and let's just take a quick look at it and see what you could plan out. This is where you want to go, one of these two, KOA or goodsam.com. This is where you're going to want to go. I'll leave the links in the description below. It'll probably give you a discount as well if you click on those links. But what we're talking about, if you go to one of these websites right here, it's going to have find a campground. And what city or state do you want to go to? Let's just say we want to go to, I don't know, North Carolina. Let's redo that. And then we want to check in the 8th through, say, the 13th. We'll say to the 11th. Find a KOA. Click that button there. All of a sudden, all around North Carolina, you have all these choices of campsites right here. You can click on them to see more information, which I like. Let's just go to, let's see, you can pick out, actually, say you want an RV site, so you're going to need electric and water, so that'll update that, so you automatically get that when you're searching. Say you want Wi-Fi there too as well, and it'll update the search. Let's just look at this Cherokee, Great Smokies KOA. Click on that link. It's going to take you to the campground site now. And this is like a nice little video view of around that site. It says, yes, they're open. I like this because it gives you the map of the site too. So click on the map. This is a really cool feature. I wish I would have done it this way, planned ours out beforehand. And look at how huge this campground is. That's why I like this feature. It's got the little maps on there. Shows you the individual lots. You can try to get the preferred lot that you want when you're booking right now. Tells you if it's standard site, RV premium back-end sites are green. So all these are premium sites. The green, see why they're premium. They're up against the water there. So that's really neat feature. Maybe you want to plan a site next to the camp or the playground or something like that for your kids, or next to the doggy park if you're bringing your doggies. So guys, I highly recommend this. The Good Sam one also has this as well. It says, where do you want to go? You can pick a state. Let's just say we're going to go to Kentucky, and we're going to find a campground. That's all you have to do. all of a sudden you got all these options for you guys. And I like the Good Sam one because it says the appeal rating here. 8.5 appeal rating on this Northern Kentucky one. So that's pretty appealing. The facilities rank a 9.5 if you care about the facilities. If you're in an RV camper like we had, we didn't really have to use the facilities at all. As far as the restrooms are concerned, all of them, mostly I noticed that come up on these sites are close to a 10, which is the max cleanliness. But look at this one. This one is appeal 9. Click on that one. Once you click that link there, you can go view their website, find out more information. But like again here, I like to see the park map. So here's the park map. And then all of a sudden, boom, you've got a nice map to see if this is going to be an entertaining place to stay for you. So guys, check out these 2 websites when you're planning your RV trip. I highly recommend them. RV tip rental number 3. Guys, first, you're going to want to know, how's my driving with this RV? Do you need experience? How do you hook it up once you get there? Is that going to be complicated? Is that going to be something that discourages you from having a great time while you're out exploring the United States and the country? Well, no, it's very easy. Like I said, I watched a couple YouTube videos on driving and saw some people driving it. And yeah, it's a big rig. We had a 30 or a 29-foot RV camper. And yeah, you've got some adjustments while you're steering going down the road at the highway speeds. But as long as you watch your mirrors, watch those mirrors. It's got cameras built in, so you have the camera view on the dash as well. And while you're driving, just keep it in the lane and you'll be fine. It might feel like it's moving back and forth, but actually my wife actually took me to return the camper RV after a week of driving. And she said, I was driving it straight as an arrow, even though I was in there feeling like I was going back and forth and the wind would hit me and stuff like that. But a lot of that is taken care of by your shocks and dampers on the RV, and so you'll have a smooth driving experience. But when you get there, don't be afraid. When you pull them back into your lot, it's easier than you think with the cameras and the mirrors. And back into your lot, get out and do step by step. I'll show you the procedure I followed as I hooked up my RV for the first time. All right guys, we got to our campsite here with the rental share we got here. Now you don't want to slide out your slide outs until, if you get a camper with slide outs, until you plug it in is the best thing to do. And our quarter's in one of these compartments here. It's a 30 amp. We've got a 50 amp adapter as well if we need that at another park possibly. And then we just plug in to your power board right there. Now I flip all the breakers off first, and then I'd plug it in, and then I flip the breaker back on. And then you got power. And then you can hook up your water. You'll want this RV water supply hose. Usually they're white in color. And the water hose plugs in right here to the side of your RV. Water inlet right there. That's going to supply all the water to your RV, so you're not working out of water tanks after that. And then at your campsite, you'll have a water supply valve right there, and just screw it in and turn on your water supply. Next thing you got is your sewer hose. Sewer hose is usually in one of these other compartments down here. In our case, I think it's in this one right here. And pull the sewer hose out. That just simply attaches by removing this cap right here. Just to turn, a quarter turn twist. The cap comes off and this hooks on with a quarter turn twist. This is your black holding tank. This is your poop and piss. This is your gray holding water tank, and that's for your disposed water, you know, from showers or washing your hands and stuff like that. So you want to dump your black first by pulling that T-handle out. Dump that out, push it back in, and then you'll dump, this is at the end of your stay, you'll dump the gray tank. That'll have like soapy water, and that will rinse out your drain tube. Just make sure to lift up the tube down into your sewer connection right here. Make sure it's all drained out, hold it up high, and then you can store it back in. Now also, when you connect your water hose, up there you're going to have your control valve selector. Usually it's in a back compartment like this. and you can see your settings and what I have it set on now since we're all hooked up. So guys, this has been fairly easy, and I can do it now in probably 5 or 6 minutes, the whole setup, and then take it down 5 or 6 minutes. RV share rental tip number 4. Guys, when you're packing, you know what we did, don't make the same mistake we did. We packed suitcases and tubs and stuff like that, even though, and I suggest this, we got the RV and backed it into our driveway the day before, the night before, so that we could load up all our stuff and be out on the road first thing in the morning. And we did pack up tubs and of all of our kitchenwares, foods and stuff like that, and suitcases and stuff. You don't want to live like that. You're not going to get the RV experience if you're living out of suitcases. So I recommend have the RV there the night before. Just take and pile up your clothes, maybe take them out in the tub or bin, go out there, open up the dresser drawers, the utensil drawers, stock all that stuff the night before. That way you're living in like a little mini home. That's how you want to live in a RV campers. Live like you're living in a little mini home, not like you're living out of a hotel and opening up your suitcase every day. Or if you want to have a snack in the evening, you got to open up all the tubs and look through your tubs of what you brought. Stock all the shelves and the cabinets and the drawers just as if you're moving in for a few days, and that's how you're going to get the best RV experience. Now we're on to RV tip number 5, guys. Number 5 is what to bring. Number 1 for me in this category, what to bring, is I'd like to be comfortable and sleep comfortable. And I sleep knowing that I'm sleeping on my own pillows and sheets and using my own towels when I dry off from a shower or something like that. It just makes me feel confident that I've run those things through the wash, and I know it's the pillow I feel comfortable sleeping on. So I recommend bring your own sheets, pillows, towels, stuff like that, so that you'll have an experience comparable of how you're used to living in your own home. So guys, bring your own stuff. Another thing I found out is, and we did plan this, bring some skewers. Order them on Amazon. I'll leave the link below for skewers and stuff like that. They're telescopic skewers, and they got little 2 prongs on there, and you can stick on marshmallows. Make sure to bring a bag of marshmallows, make your s'mores, make your roasted hot dogs out there on a campfire. That's how you enjoy camping, something that you don't normally do around the house. You're going to want these types of items to bring with you, and that's how you're going to want to pack and what you're going to want to bring. RV share tip number 6, guys. Number 6, I almost forgot this. Bring a small toolkit or toolbox of some sort with some basic tools. I just brought some basic tools. I almost forgot to bring the toolbox, but I grabbed it at the last minute, and that's what you're going to need just in case something goes wrong. You don't want to be stuck with just your bare hands as your tools. So make sure you've got like a knife in there, a crescent wrench, maybe a vice, what do you call it, vice grips, your basic screwdrivers, your flat and your Phillips screwdriver, stuff like that, basic wrench. And I packed all that stuff, and I needed it. Actually, after the first night of staying somewhere, I hooked up my water hose too tight by hand. By the next morning, I could not get a grip to untighten that thing. So I had my vice grips in my toolbox. I grabbed them, and within a minute, we were back on the road, unhooked. There was another time we had one of our lifts, our Bigfoot leveling lifts, would not retract the next morning. And I had to get in there and reboot the main panel, which took a Phillips screwdriver to undo the panel. And I unplugged it and plugged it back in, and then all of a sudden the leveler came up. I was in communication with the owner, and that helps too. First time you have a problem, call the owner first before you start tearing his or her RV apart. And they may have had that same experience and lead you right to the quick fix so you're back on the road. Okay, RV share quick tip number 7, guys. Number 7 quick tip that I'm giving you today. Number 7 is don't forget about indoor entertainment. You know, you're renting this portable small home on wheels. Make sure you have something to do inside. Now, one day we had a rainy day, and that's when we could appreciate it. As well as during the evening, sometimes there was too many bugs out there, and we got, you know, we were smacking mosquitoes off us. We got fed up with it. We want to go inside for a nice cool rest in our air conditioning RV, and we had pre-purchased a couple board games. We had Yahtzee and we had some other board game, and that's always good. Just old-fashioned board games to share with your family and friends while you're on your camping traveling experience. As well as we did have an electronic device, and I highly recommend that if you want to sit down and rent a movie or something. Get an Amazon Fire Stick. We got the Amazon Fire Station, actually, the Fire TV that was a little mini block. It's kind of old, a couple years old. I'll leave the links to all these down below, but get that. It'll hook right into your HDMI port on the TVs. Usually a camper RV usually has at least one TV in there, possibly two back in the bedrooms. So that was good. We all sat down and we rented a movie one evening, and we actually fell asleep to it. We're having such a relaxed time on the camping trip with the air conditioning running and just watching a movie. RV share tip number, what are we up to? 8. RV share tip 8. Guys, don't forget about transportation. Now, I was planning when I got up to Maryland, and we had those restaurants that I used to go to, tasty Mexican and Italian pizza restaurant, Lito's Pizza and Toucan Taco. Guys, I can't do without. I can't go through that state without stopping at one or the other, or both. I recommend if you go through Maryland or Virginia area, go to Toucan Taco in Maryland, Laurel, Maryland, or go to Lito's Pizza, which is a chain all around the Washington, D.C. area. You're gonna have a delicious time if you stop at one of those places to get a pizza or a burrito or something like that. So guys, make sure that you have transportation to get there, because I was planning on getting there one morning and disconnecting from the campsite and then riding that trailer, camper, RV all the way up through to the next town, to the restaurant, and then coming back. I was like, man, why would I want to do that to myself, unhook everything? Well, for the tasty food. But I discovered, well, there's Ubers around there, Uber and Lyft. Get those Uber and Lyft apps loaded onto your mobile phone so that you have them before your trip. Some of the cities, little small town cities and campsites might not have access to the Uber or the Lyft, but they might have one or the other. So go ahead, download those apps, because that's what I actually took, was an Uber up and an Uber back. And while my family stayed at the camper and at the campsite, had fun, I brought delicious food back to the RV and campsite without unhooking. So guys, I suggest the transportation apps, just in case you need to go out to the store or get something real quick. RV share tip number 9, guys. RV share tip number 9 is have some transportation, some small transportation, entertainment transportation I'm talking about, like a Segway, a Mini Pro Segway we had, and also an electric bike. That's for getting around and discovering and exploring your campsites when you get there. These are cool because they are compact. We have a foldable electric bike. I'll leave the links to what we took with us. Foldable electric bike, Mini Pro Segway with the handlebars on them, and you can just go out and explore the website. You can go explore the campground the first day you get in there and just continue exploring throughout your stay, however many nights you stay there. And it's cool because I had one morning, I had a trash bag to take to the dumpster. I looked on the campsite map, found the dumpster was a block away in the campground. I just grabbed the bag, got onto my Segway, and just went forward, and I just wheeled it down there on the Segway and motorized, dumped the trash, and just explored on my way back on the Segway. So guys, if you like walking, that's fine. That's good exercise. But having like a little electric device like that, a Segway or a foldable bike, is a cool, another option to explore your campground. We're up to number 10, RV share tips, guys. This is the last one. And this one is kind of important. You want to know what other camping necessities you're going to need on your trip to have the best time. And I've discovered, make sure you have lighters. What I recommend, I had like the light stick lighter. It's a bendable one. You can get under a campfire wood and stuff like that. Get the starter bricks or blocks for your campfires. You're definitely going to want to do a campfire if you go out camping in an RV. Don't miss out on that entertainment factor alone. So make sure you bring your lighters, your starter bricks. Make sure you bring a flashlight or two. If you're hooking up, you get at the campsite late at night, maybe you want to have somebody hold the flashlight while you hook up your power and water and sewer and stuff like that. And guys, if you're bringing your doggies like we did, I recommend this highly, bring one of those screwable ground stakes so you can screw it into your campground site, and then also the cable attachment with a quick release. And just when you bring your doggies out of the camper, just connect them up to their harness and they can run freely around while you guys sit around the campfire and stuff and talk about haunted stories and share your experiences with your doggies taken care of. So guys, that's it. All my RV sharing tips. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it went on too long, maybe longer than expected. Save this, share it to friends that maybe be going on an RV trip or something for the first time, or want to do something unique for the first time, like renting an RV. It's a very unique experience. I highly recommend it to all my friends and family, and to all you subscribers and YouTube watchers. You're gonna have a load of fun, and I highly recommend it. And guys, I really appreciate you tuning in and seeing my tips and tricks for RV share rental. And guys, I will see you on the next video.
Making moves, trying to get away from this life I'm living. Same old things every day, wanna change this feeling. Wasting no